Alright, so this is a shorter one because it's very late. Ollie, excuse me. Ollie just got a call from this lady that lived next to the park. She said, Ollie, I'm very worried. I think there's some giant lizard or something rattling around in the park, and I'm afraid that it might hurt somebody. And it also doesn't seem like that would be a good environment for a giant lizard. I said, okay, I can come and help you with that, but what makes you think it's a giant lizard? I said, well, the tracks that it's leaving and the dust. You know, a lot of the, especially around the trails, it's all eroded away, so it's like sand or dust. You can see the tracks of the animals and of the people too, but this is an animal track. You can tell because it's got these paws. I said, okay. And then it's got this line down the middle like it's dragging a tail. I said, huh. And whatever it is, it's walking upright. That's also kind of scary. I said, walking upright, really? I said, yeah, it's, you can tell. Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of tracks about how different animals leave their tracks. Because I live right here next to an area where animals tend to leave tracks. And the pattern of the feet is very even. It's the kind of pattern that a two-legged animal makes, not the kind of pattern that a four-legged animal makes. I said, huh. So some sort of weird upright tail-dragging animal. I said, yeah. As far as I know, lizards are the only ones that drag their tails. I said, well, I better come take a look. So I got over there and she showed him the tracks. You know, it's just like she described. Footsteps, evenly paced, like a paw, and then a line down the middle. I thought, huh. So I can see what you mean about dragging the tail, but the thing is, those paws, they don't really look like lizard paws to me. Lizard paws are usually wide and flat with little claws, and these are short and round. I said, yeah, I noticed that too. It's kind of strange. It looked more like a mammal paw, but I've never heard of a mammal that drags its tail. I said, yeah, me either. I said, but you know, I think maybe it's time for me to do some old-fashioned detective work. I'm going to follow the whole trail. She said, oh, okay. Well, you'll report back to me about what you find? I said, sure, unless you want to come along with me. She said, no, I don't. I kind of want to hire you to do it. I said, oh, yeah, I understand completely. So, Ollie went back to his, excuse me, he had a little flag. He stuck that in the ground so he'd know where he started. And first, he followed the trail north of where they started, north of Lemon's house. He thought, if I just follow this trail long enough, it should lead me to the creature. Hopefully the trail stays good long enough. So they followed it that way. And unfortunately the trail ended at a concrete stretch leading up into the neighborhood. I said, huh, whatever it is, it left the trail here. Like it goes into a neighborhood. And so he walked back, he looked at the other tracks that were around it. There was a path. So there could be more footsteps there. And it was a little hard to track back exactly which one would be associated with this tail-dragging lizard thing. So that wasn't really that fruitful. So Ollie went back along, being careful to note anything they might think was useful. And he got back to his flag. I said, all right, nothing yet. And he started heading back south from his flag. And there the trail was a little bit spottier, like there were holes in it, but it kept on going for longer, and longer, and longer, until it came out of the park and went up into the neighborhood. And it went right up to the back gate of this house. It's a regular looking residential house. And I thought, this thing is somebody's pet. Ollie peered through the slats of the fence, but he couldn't see much. So we climbed up and peeked over the top of the fence. There was a loud bark, and Ollie ducked back down. And I thought, maybe I should do the direct approach. So he went around to the front and knocked on the door. And this lady answered. Normal-looking lady in her 30s. Dark curly hair. Oh, hello. How can I help you? I said, hi, my name's Ollie the Octopus. I'm a private detective. I said, okay. Hi, Mr. Octopus. I'm Carrie. I said, no. Just Ollie is fine, thank you. Okay, Ollie. I'm Carrie. Nice to meet you. What can I do for you? Well, here's the thing. I followed a very strange trail back to your house, and I'm worried there might be some odd creature living here or in your backyard, and I wanted to make sure that everything was safe here, and if we could maybe figure out, what this creature is. It looks kind of like it might be a giant lizard, but the paws aren't right. And Carrie started to laugh. Oh, Ollie, would you like to come inside? I can show you the strange animal. But it's downstairs. I said, sure, if you don't mind. I said, no, not at all. I'm just about to feed it, actually. So they went downstairs. On the way, Carrie got a scoop of some kibbles. And when they got down there was a dog, basically. Except this was a very unusual dog. That's all I could tell right away. Because this dog was normal in the back, but in the front, it didn't have its legs. And instead of legs, what it had was this harness. And to the harness was fitted a wheel. A wheel about as big around as pie plate. A little bigger than that. And she explained. I said, yeah, so this is Mitzi, my dog. And, well, when we adopted her, she only had the two legs. She'd been in an accident of some sort. So I went and I talked to some of my friends that are good at building stuff. And we came up with this idea for kind of a doggy... It's not really a doggy wheelchair exactly, but it's kind of like that, I guess. Anyway, we went with the one-wheel design because that would let Mitzi play better. Turn and whirl and jump and things. So, yeah, So I've been in the neighborhood for about, 3 years now. So I don't know if people are just noticing now, but yeah. It leaves 2 paw prints from the back paws, and then the wheel leaves a trail like a tail. I said, oh, so it's just a dog, and a very friendly dog. I said, yeah, he's a good dog. I said, well, thank you for showing me. It's quite inventive of you. So we went back to the lady that hired him. I said, well, I've got good news and bad news. I said, all right. The bad news is it's no great monumental find. I said, oh, okay. I said, the good news is it's just a dog with a prosthetic limb. It doesn't have either of its front paws. It's just got a big wheel. And they both had a good laugh at how worried they'd been about there being some crazy lizard when it was really just a handicapped dog. And that is Ollie in the case of the park lizard.